May the 4th. Interviews around the world. We're continuing our series of interviewing different people from different countries, and today we're looking at Colombia. Colombia, we're going to look at the current situation and the help to business and families. The current situation, Colombia was very quick and very effective in moving to lockdown, moved very, very early. The first case was one 19-year-old who arrived from Milan early March. A state of emergency was declared on the 17th of March. Number of cases remain very, very low in Colombia. And so the COVID experience is very good for the president, Ivan Duque. His approval rating has gone up from 23% up to 52%. That's a huge increase. We're going to do a quick interview. So I want you to look at the name, the occupation, where in Colombia, what financial assistance have companies been provided, self-employed people, families, when will the lockdown end, and what is he looking forward to doing? Good afternoon. So can you tell me what your name is and what your job is, what you do for a living?
My name is Álvaro Gáfaro Barrera. I'm a management consultant and I'm specialized in international business development and sales management. And many of my clients are Fortune 500 companies such as Bosch, Parker Hannifin, Fiat Group, Krones, and many other big companies around the globe.
Very good. And where in Colombia are you from?
I'm from Bogota, the capital city.
Okay, good. So let's talk about the situation in Colombia. What is the government doing to help companies?
Well, the first thing that the government did when the crisis started was to create a scheme with financial institutions. He asked banks to buy state bonds in order for them to have the money to help people in situations of poor, so people with economic problems. At the same time, they made a relief package for companies, just not asking for VAT, for the value-added tax, not asking for paying the taxes within the due date, and delaying the payments for these companies. They also present themselves as endorsers of any credit that large companies, small and medium business companies may have with the financial sector. So they asked the financial sector to review and refinance loans and debts with the companies. This is the first thing that they did.
Okay, and for self-employed people, is there any help for self-employed people?
Just a relief in the due dates for payment of taxes and VAT and so on. There's no any other thinking program.
And for families, has the government helped families in any way?
Well, so what we have to say here is that Colombia is still a poor country. So many people are living under the line of poverty, something like 35% of people. So the attention of the government is focused with these families. Most of them don't actually have a proper employment, so they are underemployed or they just make a living day by day. So in order for them to stay at home and not be worried about what to eat and what to give to their children, the government started a huge campaign with rich people and large enterprises to collect donations and to organize through non-government organizations the delivery of these food and this basic stuff to the poor people. And this is huge, and it's working actually very well. It's, I must say that the effort that the people are putting in doing so, the people who has more money or who are in better conditions, is really, really huge. The government is also doing very well in organizing the proper delivery of these goods to the people in need.
Okay, very good to hear. And when will the lockdown end in Colombia?
Well, as in many other parts of the world, they are postponing the due date. The last due date that they gave us was the 18th of May, but it's very uncertain. So Colombia, the close down started 5 weeks ago, but we are doing very well in numbers. We only have at the moment something like less than 300 deaths. And that is amazing, considering that, for example, in Ecuador or Peru or other parts of the region, the number of deaths are really, really amazing and increasing day by day.
Good.
So
very good to hear.
it seems that we are lucky in that sense. And the government, it gave the time for the government to organize intensive cure units. So they created at the exhibition center in Bogota, they created 2,000 beds for UCI beds for people in need.
Very good. And on a personal level, when the lockdown finishes, what are you personally looking forward to doing?
Oh, well, hug my family. The first thing that I'm going to do is just go and visit my granddaughter in Denmark. My daughter, by the way, she's expecting her second child. So I'm looking forward with my wife to move to Denmark and spend at least 1 month with my loved ones there.
Thank you very much. Very nice speaking to you, and good luck for the situation in Colombia.
So thank you very much, Mark, and all the best for you as well.
Thank you. Well, his name is Alvaro, and he's an international consultant working for many top Fortune 500 companies, including Bosch and Fiat. And he's from Bogota, the capital of Colombia. Companies. The situation in Colombia is different to many other countries, that the government asked the banks to buy up loans and then to be involved in a system assisting companies. Self-employed people have not been given any specific help. Families. Again, Colombia is a little different. Colombia and the system in Colombia has tried to help families in a very, very practical way, getting food to the door. This food is being paid not just by the government, but by rich people are being asked to donate. The lockdown is set to end on the 18th of May. What's he looking forward to? Well, he has a daughter who's expecting a child in Denmark, so obviously he wants to go and visit his daughter. Population of 50 million in Colombia, so 50 million, that makes it bigger than Spain, but not quite as big as Italy. 324 deaths so far. That's even fewer than Denmark at 484. So that's a fantastic result in Colombia. Today, we've looked at Colombia. We've seen how quick and effective the response was in Colombia. We've had an interview with Alvaro, and again, we've seen the very few deaths. So Colombia is a success story.